Okay.
That's great. Okay.
This is all fun. So that's great. Wow. Good morning.
Good morning, Governor.
Good morning. How you doing?
I'm David Litchfield,
Nice to see you,
Superintendent.
David. Nice to see you.
Nice to see you.
Good
Thanks for
morning.
being
Great.
here.
Good morning, everybody. How are you?
I had it in this way.
Nice to see you. How are you? Great. Thanks for having us. Good morning. How are you guys doing? Good. All right. Thank you. We're going in first. Hey, guys. They're waiting to see you. All right. Great. Great.
We are so honored to have Governor Healey, Secretary Walsh, and Commissioner Doyle here today at Wellesley High School. Governor Healey's dedication to mental health awareness and her support for programs like Wellesley's Bridge program are truly inspiring. We're excited to learn more today about some new initiatives. Please join me in welcoming Governor Maura Healey.
Well, thank you so much, Megan. It is great to be here this morning in Wellesley with everyone. We see members of, I know, the select board and the school committee. We see teachers, educators, staff, and most importantly, we see you guys. Are you supposed to be in lunch or in class? Huh? No comment? We'll get you a pass. It's all good. And I say that because that's what this is about. This is about our young people. Our young people here today at Wellesley High and really young people across the great state of Massachusetts. I'm honored to be here today, joined by members of our team, our Secretary of Health and Human Services, Kate Walsh, our Commissioner of the Department of Mental Health, Rick Doyle, as well as Representative Alice Peisch. Leader Peisch in the legislature, you're lucky. She does so much, not just for this district, but for the entire state. And we thank you, Rep. Peisch, for being here and for all your support of education in all its facets, including mental health. Also, Councilor Devaney, thank you for joining us as well. So we're here today to talk about supporting youth mental health. It happens to be Mental Health Awareness Month. So we're using this as an opportunity to amplify and shine a light on something that isn't just an issue this month. It's something we need to grapple with and work through and support every single month, every single day of the year here in Massachusetts. I know we hear it, so many stories from our young people, from families, from teachers, from parents. We hear it from providers and practitioners who work directly with young people. And we also know what statewide and national data is telling us. We see it reflected in school data on chronic absences, particularly since the pandemic. We know that the mental health crisis is affecting our young people's well-being today, and it is also impacting their journey through school and into adulthood. So the bottom line is, we recognize this as an issue. It's an issue here in Massachusetts. It's an issue all across this country. And we're here today because we want to bring to bear all the resources to help. We just came from a really meaningful conversation with some members of your wonderful bryt team here, the Bridge team here at Wellesley, along with some parents and some students. And we learned a lot about how young people are being impacted, not just by what is happening to them, but importantly, how they are being impacted by programs like the bryt program. This is a program that was developed and launched initially by the Brookline Center for Community and Mental Health right here in Massachusetts. bryt is a program that promotes healing, wellness, and academic success for students who experience a mental health related disruption in their education. It's being implemented in hundreds of school districts throughout Massachusetts and across the country. It helps our young people and their families, particularly in providing support to young people who are transitioning back into school. It also works importantly to destigmatize mental health across communities so that school is a safe and inclusive environment for all of our young people to learn and thrive. And the data backs that up. You know, nationally, we see that students who are struggling with mental health challenges have a 50% dropout rate, which is a devastating number. But students in the bryt program have a 95% graduation rate. And I heard the stories today, not only is that a graduation rate, that is a graduation rate on time, which is really, really incredible. So let me get to what this announcement is about. So today, recognizing that bryt is such a great program, it makes such a meaningful difference in people's lives, we want to, as a state, find ways to grow that program. So today, for the very first time, the state is announcing its first ever investment in the bryt model at schools across Massachusetts. $13 million will enable 33 low-income, high-needs schools around Massachusetts to now establish their own bryt programs. We'll begin with Springfield, Brockton, Everett, Lynn, Malden, Taunton, and Roxbury, and grow from there. We believe that every student should have the support they need for their mental health as part of their education. And investing in and expanding the bryt model is a critical step towards bringing us further to that goal. So to all the kids out there, I just want to say, you're awesome, okay? You each come with your own unique personalities, things that you like, things that you don't like, things that you're good at, things that you maybe need to work on or somebody else is better. It doesn't matter. Each and every one of you is special. Each and every one of you has a gift. And mental health is something we all come with. And some days it's easier for us, and some days it's not as easy for us. But it's just to say, I'm here as your governor, for whatever it's worth, to say there shouldn't be any stigma associated with mental health, just like physical health. Okay? I know that it's a little bit harder too, I think, on this generation. And when I went to school, I'm old, but I'm not that old. But I know things are different now. There's a lot of challenges on me. There's a lot of pressure, okay? But just remember to keep breathing and know it's going to work out if we do what we can to provide and make sure that you've got the support around you. And that's what programs like the bryt program are about. So we're grateful to have the opportunity to come here today to talk about it. I'm going to bring up Representative Alice Peisch to just say a few words, and we thank her again for the funding and for her leadership.
Thank you very much. In the years that I've been in the State House, most of my efforts have been devoted to ensuring that across the Commonwealth, every student has the opportunity to experience what Wellesley public schools offer to the students who are fortunate enough to live here. And this is just one aspect of the work that we all need to do to make sure every student in the Commonwealth has, as the governor said, all the supports that they need to have a successful academic career and go on to have a successful life. So thank you very much, Governor, and your whole team for coming here and shining a light on this issue. Thank you.
Parent of two Wellesley graduates, so it's great to be here. Never had such good parking. I have a mental image of driving in at 7:30 is it still like a lab walk that my daughter was always late for? But anyway, I'm really glad to be here. I want to underscore a couple of points. We hear it loud and clear when we go across the state. The kids are not all right. It's hard to be a teen in the year 2024. It's hard to be a teen, period. I know something about the challenge of adolescence. I too am older than the governor, but I remember what it was like to feel lost. And I look at all these kids out here, and I just want to remind you guys, be kind to yourselves, be kind to each other, and be kind to your friends and classmates who are struggling. And what I loved so much about the bryt program or the bridge program at the school is that it was really a stigma-free zone. People proudly, oh, I see a hug over there, great. I hope there's no irony there, but there probably is a little. You guys have a lot to deal with. And I'm so proud that our kids were part of a school district that recognized the struggle and the way to support kids through the struggle. I hear from a lot of kids across the state that they're like case managing their own care. They're managing their parents, they're managing their coaches, they're managing their teachers, they're managing their friends, they're managing their own health issues. The Bridge program takes that responsibility off people so they can get better, focus on themselves, and stay well. And one of the parents at my school is mine. This is not a program that only helps people. It's an investment in our collective future. You guys are our future. We're counting on you to make the world a better place. And we're really happy to in the Executive Office of Health and Human Services, under Governor Healey's incredible leadership, to make that investment in the future. Thank you.
Hello everyone. I'm Brooke Doyle, Commissioner of the Department of Mental Health, and I want to start by thanking Governor Healey, the Brookline Center bryt team, the administration of Wellesley High, and all of the students who stepped out today to join us here. To be here today with all of you is a great honor for me. To be able to see mental health being, as we heard, shine a light on mental health, not just during Mental Health Awareness Month, but every day. It's a great honor to see all of you taking an interest and joining us today in this open celebration of mental health. The bryt program, as we've heard about, is a terrific example of how to integrate mental health services into the school environment. And as the Secretary said, this is a way for us to be able to support kids while they're going to school, and to also allow kids a way to re-enter after a period of disruption, so that, as we heard, the success rate of the bryt program is undeniable. We need more of these programs, and it's so wonderful that the administration is making this investment. I'm so grateful to all of you, and thank you all very much.
Great. We're going to next hear from Lindsay Yamaguchi. She's one of yours, all right?
Thank you, Governor Healey, Secretary Walsh, Commissioner Doyle, Director Jupp, and distinguished guests. It is an honor to speak to you today on behalf of bryt and our own Wellesley High Bridge program. When I started here 20 years ago, there were multiple students hospitalized for mental health treatment. Returning to school was daunting, and students felt alone. They were overwhelmed by a full day of classes or just eating lunch in a cafeteria with their peers. As a result, they would spend hours in counseling offices, stayed home from school, or unfortunately would get rehospitalized. We knew we had to do better. Seeing the positive impact of bryt at Brookline High motivated us to build this for students here at Wellesley. With guidance from the Brookline Center, we started Wellesley's Bridge program, thanks to a grant from the Metro West Health Foundation, support from Human Relations Service, and Wellesley Public Schools. Over 2 decades, we have helped hundreds of students and families. Now, when a young person returns to school after a crisis, they are no longer alone. They have a welcoming space with people to talk to when they feel overwhelmed. They have access to help managing makeup work in classes. They have hope and can see a path to success. Or, as one of our alumni told us years after graduating, Bridge is such a valuable resource and really helped me create a solid foundation to go on to do a bunch of cool stuff. When the Bridge program coordinates care with families, Wellesley's incredible teachers, and community mental health resources, a student's trajectory can soar. I am thrilled that this generous funding will make it possible for more students to have access to the bryt model. We are grateful to Governor Healey for believing in this innovative and necessary intervention. No one can speak better to the importance of bryt more than students and families. It gives me great pleasure to introduce the parents of one of my former students who went on to graduate from college with honors, along with the other cool stuff. Please welcome Rebecca and Steve Sullivan.
So we are here today to share our deep and profound thanks to the Bridge program at Wellesley High School, and also for this gorgeous day. When our son experienced a major mental health crisis in high school, for which he had to be hospitalized for a month during the middle of the school year, one of our many worries at the time was, how is this student ever going to be able to get caught up on what he missed while he is still very much battling back through his anxiety and his depression? It literally seemed too daunting and too high of a mountain. But it turns out that it wasn't. It just required the right people and the right program to make it all possible. As we were preparing to bring our son back home from his treatment team at McLean told us that we were actually very lucky because Wellesley had this terrific leading edge program called bryt, and that would be key in getting him successfully reintegrated into the high school. And that certainly proved to be the case. bryt is truly the bridge that allows, enables, and empowers students to come back from major mental health setbacks and absences and to get back on track. It's not a free pass. However, it is a path forward and a bridge to that student's next chapter, one that is healthier and happier and more hopeful. And just to answer your question, our son not only graduated from high school on time, thank heavens, but he is a recent honors graduate from a wonderful college, so he is absolutely on his way. And much of that is due to the support and learning he gained while here in bryt under the superb guidance of Lindsay Yamaguchi and Adam Roberto, who are here with us today. So we share this with you all to say that we are thrilled and most encouraged to hear that Governor Healey and the Mass Department of Mental Health have earmarked this very important funding to create more bryt programs in Massachusetts. No child, no family, and no community can do this alone, but together we can all help build these bridges to a brighter future. Thank you.
Recently, our son may have well been marginalized because of mental health problems, like many kids, and become a potential drain on and loss to our community. Expanding the bryt program statewide is a sound investment. I'm going to repeat that. It's a sound investment, and that you've heard has great payback. It's a sound investment in ensuring these kids become healthy, contributing members of our communities. Thank you, Governor Healey, for expanding and what will be transformative for families and children statewide, as it was transformative for our family and our son. Rebecca and I both applaud Wellesley High School for being a pioneer in the bryt program, and we are very grateful. Thank you.
Hello, my name is Annie McCauley. Thank you, Lindsay and Adam, for inviting me back to this celebratory event, and thank you, Governor Healey, for giving us this reason to celebrate. I graduated from Wellesley High School in 2014, almost entirely due to the support of the bryt program. I was in and out of the hospital for much of high school, and school felt insurmountable most of the time. After I had my first hospitalization sophomore year, I was struggling to just get through each day, and my family was working tirelessly to find me the right care. Questions about how to stay on track academically or how to make the school building a place that I felt emotionally well were far too overwhelming, until I met Adam and Lindsay in bryt. They held so many of my worries, which allowed me to begin to tackle school one step at a time. They assured me and my family countless times that there was a path to graduation. Adam sat with me for hours as I struggled through assignments. Lindsay listened patiently, and her compassion and skill lifted me out of low moments again and again. Even on my hardest days, I knew I would find comfort in the bryt room. bryt supported me for 3 years, and without them, I would not have been able to graduate on time. Following Wellesley High School, I attended Smith College, where I graduated with honors. served as a teaching fellow with the Fulbright program, and just recently completed my master's degree in education. Every day in the bridge room, Adam reminded us to stay on the bus, which was our bridge aphorism for making forward progress on our daily responsibilities and for our longer-term goals. I am forever grateful that Bridge was able to help me develop the skills I needed to stay on the bus. And I'm so excited that with this generous grant, so many more students will have access to this critical support. Thank you.
Many thanks to Annie and to Rebecca and Steve in particular for sharing their personal stories, and of course to our incredible leaders of this Bridge program here, Lindsay and Adam. It was really incredible to take in this experience and just affirms why our administration is so committed to making sure that we make these investments and that we make similar opportunities for investment available to young people across the state, regardless of region or zip code.